So I thought we'd start out the show with something really fun. They're Mocha Cupcakes, and that really is one of my favorite ways to have coffee, and that's a little bit of chocolate in it. Chocolate makes everything better. And this is a fun recipe because it uses a box cake mix, a chocolate cake mix, and then we're going to dress it up, give it some a little bit of coffee flavor in the mix and then in the frosting too. So this is one box Devil's Food cake mix. Do not follow the box directions. Instead, you're going to want to follow my directions. Now, I just heated up half of a cup of water, and to that, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon. This is instant espresso powder. And I'm going to do some for the actual cake mix, and I've got some over here. This is a tablespoon of warm water, and this is going to be for the frosting. So I thought I might as well get that going. That's going to give the frosting a nice mocha flavor. This stuff you can pick up anywhere. It's great for recipes, or if you need instant espresso, works great. Okay, so I'm just going to mix up this, and again, this is a tablespoon. So real strong coffee mixture, and this is a half a cup of water with a tablespoon of espresso. And I just want to, I'm heating the water because I want the granules to dissolve. So in goes our coffee. Then we've got some sour cream, and this is going to keep this really rich and moist. Cupcakes, I love them. They're cute and they're wonderful, but they tend to dry out. So this is going to be a really moist batter. Then I've got 1 box of instant chocolate pudding. Again, this is going to keep this really, really moist. Oil, just vegetable oil, canola oil, and 4 eggs. These are going to be really fun for like book club or having the ladies over. And that hint of coffee in chocolate recipes, really, a lot of times, like you're probably not going to be able to taste the coffee too much in this cupcake. You'll be able to taste it in the frosting, but there's just that something that just makes it richer. They really go well together, coffee and chocolate. 2 of my favorite things. Okay, so I'm just going to use a mixer, beat these up. A few years ago, I was lucky enough to go to Seattle, and when I was there, I had to try all the different neighborhood coffee shops, which was so fun, and even got a coffee tour, went on a coffee walking tour of the city, and it was, oh my gosh, it was just a blast. So you can see how fudgy this mix is. A little bit different than if I just would have made the mix according to box directions. These are going to be really fudgy, rich, wonderful cupcakes. Later on, we're making homemade tiramisu. And if you like grilled cheese and you like coffee, you're going to love the grilled cheese we're making. Stick around. It's kind of crazy, but it's going to be really good. Okay, Anne, I know you're wanting these so badly. Just because you're a good girl, you get to lick the beaters.
Thank you.
I bet you like coffee now. Okay, so I've got my cupcake tin lined. Good, good. And I love to use a little scoop. You want to scoop these. I do cupcakes about two-thirds of the way full. I love these scoops because it keeps you from getting the batter all over the pan, which is kind of a pain to clean, and just get them right in there. Cupcakes, I bake at 350, anywhere from 18 to like 22 minutes. They're one of those things you don't want to overbake them because these are fudgy too. It's a little bit hard to tell when they're done. So when you overbake cupcakes, that's when they tend to dry out on you, and we don't want that. All right. So you get the idea. Keep filling these up, and we'll get them in the oven. And Mark Leland, who sits next to me, says, I want one of those cupcakes. So we will get one for you, Mark. Our weekend anchor here at Fox 11. Okay. So these are good, and no, you cannot lick the rest of the batter. There's enough in there. It's going to make about 24 cupcakes. So sorry, Ann. We're going to turn those into cupcakes. Plus, you get a stomachache afterwards. All right, now we're going to get to work on the frosting. And you know, although I love using a box cake mix, I'm not a big fan of the pre-done frosting. So if you can take the time to make your own frosting, wow, what a difference it makes. So we're starting out with a stick of butter. Got a couple of fun things that we're going to add. We're going to add some marshmallow fluff. And this is going to be a coffee buttercream frosting. All right, Rockstar, can you open that? Start with my butter. Three to 4 cups of powdered sugar. I'll start with some and add more. Thank you, Ann. Just got my marshmallow fluff open now. Is there anything better than marshmallow fluff? Sticky but wonderful, and it's going to make this frosting really kind of fun. Getting it out of the jar is always a challenge. Okay. A little bit of vanilla I'm going to do in here. And then we've got our coffee. It's that real strong espresso that we made earlier. It's going to give it a really pretty color. And if it needs it, we'll add some more powdered sugar, which it does. You can just tell. Now I've got a piping bag because we're going to make these look extra gorgeous. I also have some milk here standing by, so if it needs milk, we can add a little bit of milk, a splash of milk, do a little more of the coffee. Frosting is one of those things, you know, when you're making homemade frosting, it just kind of a little of this, a little of that. I'm going to scrape the bowl, because I've still got some marshmallow in here and some powdered sugar that we need to get in here. And then we're going to start frosting these things, and they're just so cute. They're going to be hit, I promise. All right, one more whirl. We're going to get this mixture into the piping bag. Isn't it pretty? Pretty color. You could certainly just frost these by hand too, but we want to make them extra special. All right, so I like to just do a nice little dollop on top. Kind of like cream on the coffee. A little more frosting. And then I picked up some chocolate covered espresso beans. You can go to your, special coffee store. I know La Java carries them. You can even just pick them up at the grocery store, and they are delicious. And that's how we're going to decorate these guys. These cupcakes are going to be really fudgy and wonderful. And the frosting's extra delicious. And then just a little right on top to let everybody know that these are Mocha Cupcakes. And there you go. Aren't they cute? And they are absolutely fantastic. Recipes on the website.